Hey, good morning, chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, this is all on me. Hey, this is all on me. I overslept. Not gonna lie. I overslept. I am pissed at myself. I'm pissed at myself. Um, for those who do not know, I am very hard on myself. I'm very hard on myself. So the fact that I missed a stream or I'm late, I gotta be better. It's gotta be better. That is very annoying. Because I take really good great pride in trying to be on time with a lot of things, and not that I overslept for an hour. I can't let that happen. Can't let that slide. Damn. So I'm sorry about that. That's on me, everyone. I gotta be better. Gotta be better on that. And it just starts with getting my sleep schedule right. Making sure I go to bed on time. Making sure I wake up at the alarm that I'm set up to wake up. So yeah, that's on me. Fuck. Anywho, I hope everyone's having a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening so far. We're gonna be doing a short stream just because I am an hour late. We're gonna go from 7 to 9 instead of 6 to 9. That way I can still get to work and do what is needed to do. So that's the plan. We are going to be doing chapter 23, Wintry Shackles. And like I said, I know I'm late, and that's on me. I gotta be a lot better on that. I gotta go to bed on time. I gotta wake up when my alarm is woken up. And I'm very hard on myself. I'm super hard on myself, and this is how I am. And fuck, pissed at myself for that. But I can't let it get down on me. Can't let it get to me. You know, I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful I'm still able to have the opportunity to stream. You know, I could have not, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'm committed to this. You know, I'm gonna do it. It's I'm a weeble and I'm a wobble, but I don't fall. I weebled and I did wobble, but I'm here now. So we here. We're here. Like I said, it's on me. I gotta be better, and I will be. I'm a lot. Let this try to happen again. And like I said, just gotta be more disciplined on myself for that. So, anywho, with that out of the way, I hope everyone's having a good morning, a good evening, and a good afternoon. We are going to be doing Wintry Shackles finally. All right, finally, the long-awaited main chapter. And also, I think I'm gonna stick with the short films just on the main chapter. I think just because of how everything's kind of playing out. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see. It just depends on how I think I can get everything out because I still want to try to get everything out in a timely manner. And I know if I do like floating records, that's just kind of impede a little bit, just because when I do the main chapter, then I'm behind in a sense, but not really. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. All right, we're gonna see. Anywho, we're gonna get right on into this. I'm super excited to see where this is gonna go. All right, here we go. Episode 23. Oh, dude, the music go crazy right now. All right, here we go. Her traces. The crimson figure, early reminiscent of the demon from the abyss. She's this long blade and casts a proactive gaze. Oh wow. Let's do it. 10 a.m. 8 kilometers outside Oasis. Singing? We're singing? Okay. In the desert is a lone traveling wolf without a pack or a sense of direction. Tired it may be, there is no stopping now. Catch it! They couldn't have run far. Can't let it fool the Forsaken. Sand flies as a car adorned with skulls and twisted letters charges across the desert, the sound of its engine covering even the music it is playing. Ahead of the vehicle is a great wolf. One can imagine what it has gone through just by looking at it. Wounds deep enough to reveal the bones in black sludge composed of dirt around it, and exposed flesh dyed red by flesh-spilled blood. There is no way to know how an animal this injured can run this fast. Damn it! What do you expect? We didn't expect Watt to pull a stunt like this. We can't let it pill. We can't let his pet spill the beans. If people find out that we were the ones who kidnapped those Scarlet Revelation members. Oh. He spits angrily at the thought of that. Ah, well, Robbie wanted us off the hook. Those guys from Colonel's are the only one going to cover the tracks. Ah, damn it. This bastard surely is a fast runner. It's stopping. Wait, is that a person there? Oh boy, y'all done awoken fucking alpha on that. The stray wolf just flesh and blood after all. As it runs, it stumbles. And it falls next to a lonesome figure no longer able to stand. The figure looks drastically different from the armed bandits. The only weapon in her is the blade on her back. It doesn't look like a Forsaken to me. Observing through the dust storm, the leading bandit on the vehicle finds the figure alone without the uniform and gears of a Forsaken soldier. He figures she must be a scavenger who got separated from her group. Go over her! He quickly gives an order as he did in the past. The wind from the car sweeps up the tattered cloak on her body, revealing her silvery hair. Oh, is that a construct with the heterochroma? A what now? Suddenly, the white light reflected by her blade blinds them all. Yeah, y'all done fucked up. The severed vehicle flips and rolls above Alpha's head before falling into the yellow sand. Alpha looks down at the dying wolf, a blood-stained foam in its mouth. It shivers as it tries to stand, but it can barely move a leg. There is a pale blue collar around its neck, suggesting that humans have tamed this beast of nature. Stubbornly, it looks ahead, a cloud's eyes glistening faintly. The wolf suddenly hears a song from afar. The wind carries the music to them. Perhaps fate has saved the music player from being cut in half like the vehicle was. Folks from singing a song of yore, and a life is saved by a connection made. The wolf turns to look at Alpha. In its mind, Alpha is someone who is willing to help it, even though it has never known her scent. Alpha reaches out the dying. There we go. Reaches out of the dying creature. But before she does anything, she sees broken guns mingled with flesh and blood. A shattered dagger is embedded with vital fluid covered sand. In the center of the crimson figure, easily reminiscent of a demon from the abyss, sheathing its long blade and casting a proactive gaze her way. Oh. Shut up! The phantom vanishes as quickly as it appears, leaving nothing but a faint sting on Alpha's left eye, like a ripple in water. She covers her left eye with her white hair, ignoring the wolf's mournful plea. She continues towards her target. She was just a passerby. Getting involved will only lead to undesirable consequences. Not to mention that the commotion just now is enough to alert some people around this part of the world. Let go of the past, the present, the future. Put them in the hands of others. La 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 la. The wolf's heavy breathing slowly quiets down in the wind. Damn, y'all don't let that wolf to die. Half an hour later. Boss, we looked around. There's still a faint hint of punishing virus on the scene, but we can't locate the source. Good job, fellas. Whoever did this must have left already. Notify the other camps and stay alert for the next 24 hours. Roger. Did we find Watt? We found him in the trunk of the car. Should we let his family know? Watanabe shakes his head. The only family Watt that died in the previous conflict. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's not your fault. You never mentioned it to anyone. Watanabe takes out a chip from the wolf's collar and clenches his fist. Let's cremate Water together. That was his last request. Pack it up. Ask the smelters to collect the wreckage of the vehicle. We still have a few things to discuss with Babylonia alone. The disappearance of these people are connected to Colonel, aren't they? It's happened before, but they always covered their tracks very thoroughly, leaving only the inconsequential pawns in their wake. Do we really need to work with Babylonia? Perhaps it's cleaner if we do it ourselves. Some things are more effective if we work with them. Right now, it's our priority to stop these kidnappings from happening again. And there's still a few dozen people in Babylonia. Sure, there are a few good eggs in the new generation, but are you trying to contact the gang that ordered the Great Evacuation? Will those selfish bastards really care about these disappearing cultists? They'll be interested in the information. After all, it's no secret that the Parliament and the Colonel don't see eye to eye. And we need them to verify this intel anyway. Interesting. A long and slender figure. Whoa, hold on. Who are you? Whoa, who are you? You got a top hat and everything. The long and slender figure appears near the wreckage not long after the Forsaken had left. She fiddles with the sand and with an umbrella. Oh. Oh, I know who this is. Wow, we actually seeing her in this chapter? Fucking wild. We're seeing her right off the rip. Fucking wild. Gotcha. With a light flick, the small music player lands in her hand. The red spark flashes in the air before the silent machine sings again. This pallor is surely convenient. How intoxicating. What? Okay. Says the slender figure delightedly as she holds the music player up. Having altered the signal of the music player to let that human accidentally discover the information of that group, she expects the humans will continue investigating. Her mission has gone smoothly just with the push of a small coincidence. Absolutely fucking wild we're seeing her this early in the game. Fucking crazy we're seeing her this early in the game. Looking up, she gazes at where Alpha is headed in the sticks with her purple-blue tongue out. Absolutely fucking insane, dog. Wow. And an unexpected catch as well. Humming alongside the tune of the music player, the slender figure joyously makes her way in the same direction. I surely hope I'll pass the internship assessment. La la la, la la la. The departing wolf lone has gained the courage to go on. Dude. Oh, this is gonna be a crazy chapter. All right. Oh, I forgot we're in this one now. Lucia. Huh? A familiar voice interrupts the faint music in the background. Is something on your mind? Nothing. I just thought I heard someone singing. Singing? You look into the near distance and see a crowd working inside the large conservation area. Oh yeah, we're at the Inver Tower. Some of them were scavengers trying to escape the hetero creatures, and some were the cargo crew from Acadelic, and some are Babylonia personnel like Lucia and you. It's probably the scavengers singing. I couldn't tell. Oh, Chong Yun, really? Long time no see. That's fucking wild. We're seeing you too. Hey, here you are, here you are. A construct walks in and interrupts you right as you were trying to listen to the song Lucia mentioned. I thought you'd be here since you went from the engineering force. We were trying to help, but the engineering force kicked us out. Huh? Is Karenina here too? There's nothing you can help. If someone sees you here, this place will be packed with people again. You better find somewhere else to stay out of the sight, I say. Okay, Karen is not here.
We don't want to disturb their work, even if we're just trying to be helpful.
You let out a sigh. After the Hetero Tower was reserved, the situation on the surface changed drastically. The blue spear that indicates the first genuine safe zone on Earth. A place that does not have to rely on giant central purification filters or worry about attacks from waves of hetero creatures. Like the color of the spire itself, it has given humanity a haven of blue sky and clean air. Most conservation areas were built away from the front line in the past due to many factors. The concentration level of the punishing virus, the movement of the hetero creatures, the location of water sources, and so on. Before the appearance of the Hetero Tower, there were only a few conservation areas nearby that also served as a supply station and lookouts near the front lines. Most conservation areas are far from the tower, relying on CPFs to sustain the basic requirements of survival. The resources required to keep CPFs running are nothing to scoff at. After a long discussion, the world government decided to relocate the existing large conservation areas into the clean zone of the Enver Hetero Tower. The monitoring facilities that surround the Enver Hetero Tower have been more or less set up. Overseeing the new tower day and night, they are also equipped with Omega weapons on standby. Humanity is treating this rare miracle with the utmost caution. But the relocation has not gone well from the very start. You're asking me to move to a place that doesn't need CPFs anymore? What happens to my job? Can you guarantee that I receive the same treatment in the new place? And what about the serums I've stockpiled? A clean zone does not put in value. Let's get it be real. You're not trying to move us there to test subjects, are you? I bet they're trying to work us to death to fix up the place before kicking us out. Why wouldn't the top brass of Babylonia move there right away otherwise? Anxiousness, uncertainties, distrust, manipulations, exhausted people prefer the stability of now instead of the unknown beauty of the future. The conservation area are not owned by Babylonia. The residents of these places cannot be ignored. Interesting. Wells told me you're willing to do the promotional work. Ha! There's no need for that expression. You know full well the situation on the surface differs from the past as a commandant on the front line yourself. The clean zone, created by the Enver Hetero Tower, the awakened machine from Constellia. The punishing virus is no longer humanity's only obstacle. These two new phenomenons have presented us new challenges, but also new opportunities. The quicker we can decide on how we want to address them, the more likely we can decide the shape of the future.
Convincing the people from the conservation areas. It's probably a job for the diplomatic court instead of me.
Don't underestimate your influence. What you have achieved on this battlefield is nothing short of a miracle. These people are not the only ones who trust Grey Raven's judgment. Ozin chuckles. Obviously. Some also consider your lot uncontrollable, but even those people can't lay a finger on you now. Trust is built over a long period of time, but it can be destroyed in an instant. The Great Evacuation was such an instance. There's no way of knowing if we made the right call. But there's no doubt that it was a betrayal to the people remaining on the surface. It's unlikely that my generation to reestablish trust with them. Luckily, there's a new generation now. You, in particular, Grey Raven Commandant. That's why I want you to assist in the conservation areas.
So, is the clean zone really safe then?
Yes. We've come up with that conclusion after thorough investigations. You can read the report of the Science Council whatever you want. This will be our first step to reclaim Earth, and our first step to rebuild trust with the people on the surface. We won't rest until all risks are eliminated. Your awful jobs with the same composition in a safer environment? Fine. I'll trust you. I'll help you persuade the others. It's fine, I'm sure Babylonian wouldn't send their wonder child just to trick us. After all, I'd rather trust someone who walks the same earth than those who sleep soundly in a space garden. Oh yeah, I'm in the dirt with y'all. I'm right there with you. I may have the title, but I'm right there with you. All right, Venus can take place anywhere, but I imagine only soldiers like you will need those serums in the future. Do you want to buy some now while you can? It's kind of incredible. People were barely surviving just a while ago, and now we've got the clean zone, a place beyond the wildest dreams. We'll cooperate. After all, you would have died in that basement if it weren't for you. Even though you were unconscious the whole time. It's cool to see how we've got big influence now. It's good to have you here. Leader was hoping to take the chance to meet you. The cargo cruise preparation is almost done. What about you guys?
Wanchi should be calling us any minute now. He's never late.
This is Wanchi. The reconnaissance in Area FD-12 is complete. In that moment, Wanchi notices Chong Yun standing next to you. Hiya! Are you discussing something else? I can report later. It's nice to take a nap first.
Don't worry. We just hired the cargo crew from Acadelic this time. Chong Yu is representing the ACA. You don't have to talk around your findings when he's here.
If that's what the person in charge is saying. The recon team members from Babylonia stare in the twisted creatures crawling by their feet in the ruins. It keeps moving, one of its limbs probing forward like a worshipper trapped on the road. Area FD-12 is the last reconnaissance location in the direction. Although the concentration level of the punishing virus now is much lower than what recorded in the files, it hasn't dropped to 0. I suppose the reach of the clean zone ends here. Still, we have to wait for the results of the detectors to deploy to get an accurate reading of our actual concentration level. In order to confirm the area cleansed by the Inverhaudo Tower, the situation within the clean zone, Babylonia has sent out almost every recon team and formed a joint reconnaissance company. The company lead heads out in 12 directions around the Inver Tower for an extensive recon mission. As their investigations progress, more and more clean zones absent of the punishing virus are discovered. The support force that follows them ever since recorded many supplies and hetero creatures kept them from retrieving in the past, especially industrial supplies in the large warehouses. Because of that, requests for supplies from logistics have also become easier. But the Joint Reconnaissance Company has also brought back many concerning discoveries apart from the good news.
Do the immobile hetero creatures match the previous reports?
Yeah, although there isn't a pattern on how they are spread, all these hetero creatures were heading for the same direction. As he speaks, Wanchi turns and stares at the blue spire that requires a visual aid module to see. You guessed it. They're heading toward the Inver Tower, which is a pretty lazy name, don't you think?
It's just a temporary name. The Science Council analysis of the tower has also been paused.
After all, can't get inside it now no matter how hard we try. Oh, well, that's interesting. Lee is still the only person who has gotten inside, right? He doesn't remember the critical parts?
No. He did a mind memory scan, but we couldn't find anything.
The memory data obtained from Lee's mind replicated the sequence when Lee entered the top of the tower from his transport craft, and the length of the sequence matched the length of your connections. But it did not contain the key moments when the tower reversed. The time recorded in his mind also reverted to 0 at one point. Asmal saw that it can only happen with memory data exceeded the storage capacity. You sound like the tower used to look like a figment of imagination. Oh, it sounds like my fault.
It's not a bad name. You want me to relate it to the other bosses?
Whatever you say. Just let me continue my report. Wanchi looks down and expects the new hetero creature again. It has a snake-shaped body with 8 arthropod legs, crystallized with the sharp edges cover its surfaces, acting as aggressive spikes that sever as both armor and blade. We discovered 12 undocumented types of hetero creatures this time. We've uploaded all relative images and data to the general staff.
That's 80 new 6 types in total.
I wonder how many more there are we have yet to see. Hetero creatures have been relying on their endless numbers to annihilate humanity's bases. whether by some unknown design or evolution instinct. All hetero creatures seem to end up with hedgehog-like bodies. Well, that's new. Oh, they are most definitely evolving. And welcome, everyone. 6 people? Yo, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We up to 7 now. We running it up. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. If you do not know me, I am Poppin' P1. I am new. Or if you're new to here, that is me, Poppin' P1. I do short films, and I'm streaming on YouTube and Kick to bring the immersion together. And I hope you guys are all here for that. So right now we're doing chapter 23. We just started. We're on episode 1 still. We all didn't just miss much. And I was also late to stream, which is also on me, and I gotta fix that. Which I will fix. I just gotta get my sleep schedule right. So, anyway, we're gonna get back on. We're gonna get back on it now. We're good now. It forces humans to waste their finite ammo to attack the creatures from afar while inhibiting constructs and advantages in the battlefield. Once human forces are out of ammo, only the number of one side will be dwindling in close quarters combat. We got 8 now. Hey, welcome. Thanks to all the attention you've given us lately. Wintry grumbles to nobody before kicking new colorless crystals on the hetero creature. The crystals crumble into white sand carried into the distance by a gentle breeze. These hetero creatures also experience a certain level of weathering. As the Science Council expected, they are not as weathered as the newer ones or as the ones nearer to the hetero tower. And the corrupted. No, that's not what they are now. The intelligent machines here have all stopped moving, and all their logic structures are heavily damaged. We haven't found anyone on the list of missing personnel. Wintry pauses for a second. I'll still keep an eye out, though.
Any sign of the red tide?
We've inspected all underground tunnels, bunkers,
storage facilities, and more. There's no sign of the red tide anywhere. But there's one place that's concerning.
Wintry glares the visual on the terminal. You can see a construct in red with white hair dashing in by the corner of her footage.
An ascendant.
That was 5 days ago. We paid extra attention to the location after we detected some unusual concentral levels of punishing virus there. That's new. I wonder if it's alpha. It was an abandoned factory. We spent some quite time to find a functioning camera that gave us this footage.
Ascendants can control the punishing virus. She shouldn't have left behind such obvious traces.
There are many possible reasons. I'll let you guys figure that out.
Thanks for your work, Wintry.
I wouldn't mind borrowing your sleeping pod a little bit longer. Wintry out. I'm sorry, what now? Okay. Commandant. Lucy and you look each other in the eyes. Both of you know full well who that figure was. Oh yeah! We don't even need to speak on that shit! We already know! But why would she show up after disappearing in such a long time? And why does she leave such an obvious trail? You temporarily ignore the questions you have in mind and concentrate on the work before you.
Chong-Yu.
I know. Notify those in charge and come up with a new security plan, right?
Yeah, thanks.
First, there was the hetero creatures, then it was the weird tower. I almost forgot about how the Ascendants at this point. What are these sneaky bastards up to? That is for us to decide. Alright, here we go. Episode 2. Undercuts and Omens. Through our brief partnership has been pleasant. Our fundamental goals are inconceivable. Perhaps our honeymoon phase with the Parliament is coming to an end. Oh boy. In the dark, concealed room, faint blue projections light up one after another. Intentionally blurred projections turn into ghosts hidden from history cloaked in oppressive darkness. During the day, there are powerful council members, industry leaders, or generals who can sway the Babylonian headquarters. But here, they are all the same. A member of Colonel. Oh boy. Let's begin. As always, this encrypted channel will only last 2 hours. The casualty of disruption of the hetero tower has freed many seats. The Parliament took this chance to fill them with the people, including constructs. Oh, that's new. Their reasons were sound, and the people supported it. We couldn't stop them. Even though those are insignificant positions, we have lost a complete chain of command, and it's unlikely that we will again. Not long enough for them to make a hero squad. How much more influence do they want us to give constructs now? It's alright. Deserters are also constructs, aren't they? Hazen was just trying to calm down the withering constructs and turning the public's attention away from the deserters. Don't push them too hard. It won't do us any good. We just have to make sure this temporary situation does not become the norm. Regardless of the surface, only 32% of our recruits have re-established contact, most of whom are located in larger organizations such as Academic and the ARU. We haven't been contacted by most of the smaller races. We're still tallying the numbers of subordinates in those recruits. What about our labs on the surface? 4 of our medium general laboratories and 2 biological laboratories are situated within the clean zone. It's only a matter of time before they discover, and we vacated them. All other laboratories outside the clean zone have been reactivated, not counting the small memory research center destroyed by the Ascendants. Except for... He pauses, although no one can be eavesdropping on them, he still lowers his voice. The North Asian Research Institute of Life Science and Evolution, aka Fort Winter. The weight of this name stops everyone in their tracks briefly. The darkness surrounding them somehow feels darker. The team was sent to Fort Winters hasn't responded after they entered. We've sent them all on the private forces we can immobilize. The War Squadron is still under maintenance. Any further action will expose us to the Parliament. The last incident had caused us too much. A large private army of one of the key reasons why Kirano could act as they wished in the shadow. But with the Hetero Tower, the sharper this blade of theirs is, the deeper it cuts them. This high-level officer who's in charge of the Colonel Military's deployment feels powerless for the first time. Did the Ascendants take over it? Unlikely. There was a significant amount of time before and after we deployed our team. Given what we know about how the Ascendants operate, it's hard to believe that they would stay in one place for this long. That wasn't any sign of the Hetero creatures before the entry either, so we have eliminated that possibility as well. We suspected that some unknown incident has taken place inside Fort Winter. Everyone turns to look at the first seat, waiting for the sitter's decision. Initiate the destruction sequence. What about the research data inside? That's the main research facility of Project Winter. Okay, I guess we're out on that. I guess we're not talking. We're not yelling anymore. We're not whispering anymore. We might be able to recover the past data with our processing centers around the world, but we didn't receive our last batch of experiment data in time. What if there's... The person in the first seat interrupts him before he can finish. All that we have to do is do it again, and that's okay. Some things must never be found out. The Parliament has walked down a different path regarding what they need from Project Winter. They have gotten their specialized frames and are fully immune to the punishing virus. Given what they want is to reclaim Earth and eliminate the punishing virus, this is as far as they need to go. But for us, the specialized frame is just a byproduct of this product. Our ultimate goal is to acquire the power of the Ascension Network. Though our brief partnership has been pleasant, our fundamental goals are irreconcilable. Coincidental? I don't know how you say that word. Perhaps our honeymoon phase with the Parliament is coming to an end. The conflict between the Parliament and us will reach a boiling point sooner or later. The only reason we can still coexist is because neither of us have leverage over the other yet. I see. I'll make the arrangements then. Please give me some time for deployment. Be quick. A new age has begun, and it will turn and run over anyone who can't catch up. I think you'll be interested in the next piece of information from our mysterious guest. It concerns Grey Raven, the elite squad you've been paying close attention to. If we can make good use of this information, we may be able to deliver a lethal blow to Hazen and his people. Oh boy. I wonder what kind of dirt they got on us. Young, serious voice. Okay. It feels incredible no matter how many times we've run this experiment. I can't believe how much more we can improve and optimize a frame. Where am I? Oh, this is, okay. Dr. Kaplan, have we detected a fluctuation in the test subject's mind? Should we terminate the experiment? Ooh. is the test subject. Kaplan. That's the crazy girl, isn't she? Terminate it and initiate the lullaby program. Has the data collectively this time has been submitted to Fort Winter? Fort Winter. Winter. The phrase pierces the depths of the mind like a spear, blinding her vision with blood-like crimson red. Uploaded, initiating the lullaby program. Is this, what the fuck's her name? Oh, God. It's the Ascendant. Is this Lamia? Steady electromagnetic pulses gradually ease the pain of her mind, casting away the anguish as well as the ability to think. It can't fall asleep here. Oh, I can't fall asleep here. Desperately seeking a way to awake, she is drawn by a faint red light. She reaches out. Punishing virus detected in the subject. How is that possible? There's no... That's the info device. The young man... Oh, that's the boy. Oops, thought it was a dude. That was a girl. Oopsies. The young man's voice is no longer as calm before. Execute contingency 0. Oh, never mind. This is Alpha. Bounded by wires, it approaches the Ascendant over her eyes. Oh? Okay, now we're at night? Oh, we're in her mind now. Okay. What was that? Lucia tries to remember the images in her head just now, but what was a clear memory of her is now enveloped by impenetrable mist. Obviously, this aberration is caused by someone who spends days and nights with her. Yep. It's your boy.
Lucia?
It's late, Commandant. Aren't you resting? Hell no, I've seen you. Lucia asks as you walk to her side.
There's a transport craft heading here for supplies soon. I couldn't sleep, so I went out for a walk.
Liv would be worried, and so worried if she were here. Goddamn right she would. She'd be fucking forcing me to sleep.
Please don't tell her.
Lucia's smile was seeing how abashed you look.
God. You seem to be spacing out a lot lately.
Seeing your concerned gaze, Lucia chooses not to deny it. Yeah, it's just a vague impression, but I feel like I've been seeing and hearing visions and voices that don't exist. It's like how I entered Alpha's deep mind underneath City 75 during the polyphage encounter.
Couldn't it be the residual effect of that deep dive?
Lucia considers it seriously before shaking her head. The Science Council has cured the effects of that incident. It's been so long that I think it's unlikely to relapse. Not to mention that this is a little different.
A little different?
Even though my visions were blurred during the deep dive, I could still recall fragments of them afterward. But I can't remember anything just now except for the fact that I know I saw something.
When did this start?
The feelings I've had before were too vague to be sure, but I didn't know it started today. Oh, but I know it. Well, yeah, I know it didn't start today. Okay. Oops, butchered that.
Should I establish a deep mind connection to check?
Sounds like a good idea.
Alright, let me establish a deep mind connection.
You come into contact with Lucia's emotions simmering under the surface through the deep mind connection. Trust and anxiousness. Her surprised expression does not last very long before her mind calms down again.
Okay, let me inspect carefully now.
Oh my god, butcher that. You don't have any professional equipment with you, but given your familiarity with your team members and experience calibrating team frames in the Science Council with Asimov, you can easily perform a simple checkup. Goddamn right, boy. I know my team inside and out. The ocean is as calm as always. There are no hidden reefs or alarming storms. After carefully eliminating all possible concerns, you exit the connection.
I didn't find anything.
You let Lucia know your diagnosis. Every data of the frame is normal too. Lucia seems to have also completed a self-checkup on her frame while you were connected to her deep mind. Maybe is it the effect? Wait.
Maybe is it the effect of her infected mind beacon during the battle at the Hedor Tower? No, or maybe is it the result of the exhaustion from overworking constantly?
I heard that constructs approaching retirement age often experience this kind of deep trance. Now hold on, you're not retiring, are you? Lucia's sudden words interrupt your thoughts. Maybe it's time for me to retire and work as an instructor at the training camps back home. Now, whoa, hold on now. Hold on, you can't be retiring. I thought you were still a youngin'. Like, I thought you were still, like, my age.
Where did you hear that from?
I guess that's what I'm saying. Where did you hear that shit? The construct instructor from the training camp told us back then. We did find out that she was just lying to skip her class.
Oh. So you were joking.
Yes, I was joking. I mean, that's if you're gonna joke about it, put a smile on your face. Oh God, put a smile on your face if you're gonna make a joke. Lucia nods earnestly. It's okay, Commandant. This is nothing serious. So stop looking so worried.
Was that so obvious?
Lucia does not answer this time. She just looks at you smiling. I mean, you got me. You got me good.
Fine. But when this mission is over, you're going to do a detailed inspection.
Of course. Oh, gosh. Alright. 2:15 a.m., 10 kilometers outside the conservation area, 14. Cold breeze carries away the imaginary warmth of her palm. Alpha clutches her fist, but there's nothing there. This is getting more and more frequent. It was an occasional voice at first, but before her visual model began to receive sporadic images. Eventually, the other senses of her frame were affected. These should belong to that, Lucia. Alpha considered stopping these interferences, but as they got more intense, her countermeasures failed one by one. I can't stop them. I should exploit them properly. Separating the information she needs out from the blurred visions, she infers Lucia's movements and plans her next steps accordingly. Walking among the ruins, the crimson figure heads towards the conservation area. Suddenly, she stops and shouts at the shadowed area hidden from the moonlight. Show yourself. I don't know who I'm gonna assume it's the new girl. It's impressive how sensitive you are to this condition. No wonder you are qualified to be an agent. Unfortunately, I don't have legs to walk on. How about we keep a wonderful distance? Oh, never mind. This might not be the woman. I don't know. Hold on. Who is this woman? The elegant female voice speaks from where Alpha is staring at. Alpha ignores what she said and starts walking forward. A small music. Yep. This is that woman. Oh shit. A small music player drops at Alpha's feet. I wholeheartedly apologize for appearing before you in this embarrassing state. What do you want? I just want to offer a gift to prove my sincerity. You're so sincere that you won't show up before me. There's a transport craft landing in Area D12 soon. I think you'll find it very helpful. You know what I'm heading there for? How sincere can I be if I'm not pandering to what you desire? Instead of taking a risk of the well-guarded conservation area, you might find a more fitting prey inside that isolated transport craft. Is that sincere enough for you? That's fucking wild. Alpha ignores her and starts walking into the distance. We'll meet again. Okay. Episode 23, Reunion. Beneath the earth and sky lies a distance 6,400 kilometers. The tail of the mediator has faded from the horizon, even though they no longer have the same blood flowing inside them. Oh, okay. Is this, is she getting ready to meet Luna? Channel noise. Oh, this could. Is he talking to Roland? This could be a trap. Her sincerity could be covering for other intentions. The sky darkens. Alpha's audio module begins to hear a familiar voice on top of her own footsteps. Babylonia wouldn't have sent such a convoluted trap. Alpha is not sure when and why these noises appear, but when she does not mind using them to clear her thoughts for now. Oh, this might not be rolling. But I don't know, it could be. You know that Babylonia isn't your only enemy. Humans aren't your only enemies. Turn back or believe her. Even if it's a trap, they would still need a sizable bait. Alpha quickly scans every shadowy corner and scan that can be used to hide while she is running, making sure no one is following her or ambushing her. I'd rather choose something I can control than gamble near the tower. But it's not fully under your control. If you fail this time, you will truly lose everything. And how do you know your choice is correct? Because I've seen the price of turning back. Fair. 7 people. Yo, 7 people. We're on to 6 now, but that's alright. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. There are no free gifts in this world. Rights and duties are 2 sides of the scale. Alpha shakes her head, trying to ignore the voice in her head like before. Okay, this is not, this might not be Roland. This might be her voice. Running away now is just borrowing your future. The time for repairment is here. Alpha could have sworn that the voice in her head was chuckling procrastinatingly? Run away? I've never planned to be an agent. There's only one thing Alpha has wanted to do since the night she shed her heavy uniform. To fulfill Luna's wish and to let her do what she wants. Alpha pauses for a second before continuing past the rubbles and debris toward the target. Meaningless arguments will not help her situation right now. Intense emotions in her mind will only cause something to sprout. Alpha responds in silence, but her hurried steps and center gaze betray her anxiousness. She made her choice because she knew that it was the only path to what she wanted. You are no longer connected by the blood. Do you want to sever your connection as descendants as well? Even though we no longer have the same blood flowing inside us, it doesn't mean our wishes are different. The cold moonlight may not be able to illuminate her path, but the light reflected by this satellite 380,000 kilometers away shows Alpha that she is not only surrounded by darkness. And that is enough. I won't accept it. The Ascension Network chose Luna, and so did I. The noises in her audio modules turn silent briefly as if an old recorder is held next to her ear. Oh, wait a minute. No. The static signals slowly form a brief silence. An Ascension Network didn't find her. She found the Ascension Network. Beneath the ruins a few months ago. Oh, yep, I forgot. This is whenever she was fighting Voodoo, and Roland was going up to the moon to save Luna. What remains of her wings covered in the motionless body, her claws have been cleanly cut off. She tries to stand up to tear her pride apart, but she cannot move a single joint of hers. The air pushes out while she talks, leaks from her shattered chest cavity, making the sound of shattering bellows. Alpha cleans the vital fluid from her katana without sheathing it. Silently, she stares at one spot, ignoring the mad cries behind her. Oh, he was here? Wow, I'm surprised he was here. Soon, a paper-haired construct appears before Alpha, sitting on a strangely shaped chair. Why didn't you just leave? I didn't think you'd be happy to see me. Lucia. The name that Alpha has not heard for a long time causes a slight ripple in her mind. But the impact is nothing more than a fallen leaf on a pond, quickly dissipating. What are you doing here? I'm just trying to take my new companion away at this point. Hearing that, Alpha sheaves her blade and heads toward the base, no longer suspicious. Let those keep her here. Kill her. I want her to suffer like I did. No, I want her to suffer more. We can't do that on our own. And that wasn't what Mr. ordered us to do. Now stop talking. It's only worsen your injuries. Take her, Paper Crane. Right as she says that, let those chairs transform into a snake-like form, carefully wrapping around Voodoo. What are you doing? Put me down. The woman is getting away. Lizzo turns to look at Alpha, who is already at the entrance of the base, and asks her, Aren't you going to kill me? I don't do anything pointless, which is facts. It'd make you feel better. Hey, Lithos! Don't worry. Paper Crane will take you back even when I'm dead. If there's a way to eliminate you once and for all, I might have done so. They won't have tried to contact the Ascendants back then, even with your meddling. The tragedy was inevitable. It was just a matter of time. Babylonia no longer concerns me anymore, and there's nothing more important to me than be trapped by the shadow of the past. Is that so? Despite Master's or Mister's disposition, I do hope that your wish can come true. Alpha does not respond, her white hair disappearing at the entrance of the ruins. Kill her next time! Tear her apart with sharper claws, toys with her claws and stronger wings! Give it up. You're not going to hurt yourself. Shove her leg into her mouth. Jesus! Voodoo does not seem to hear what Lilo said. She just is babbling nonsense now. Ignoring her, vital fluid is dripping from her chest cavity to the floor along Paper Crane's tail. Relax, Loki. Voodoo, I'll do my best to save you all. That is interesting. After hearing the message, Alpha rushes toward the ruin so fast as she could. She was hoping to board the ship heading for the moon to find Luna before Roland and Voodoo did, but they still arrived before her, having departed earlier. As she confronted Voodoo, Alpha noticed the fourth person rushing to join them secretly. Realizing, is it okay? Now I need to know if it's Vonnegut or Von Gut. I've been going Von Gut. I think it's Vonnegut. Vonnegut. I'm gonna assume it's Vonnegut. I'm gonna assume it's Vonnegut, but I think Von Gut is Von Gut, because I have a feeling that the E is silent. Maybe we're gonna stick with it. Alpha had to stay behind and delay them. If she aborted the ship with Roland, whatever happened could not be advantageous to rescuing Luna. Both Von Gut and Alpha knew that Alpha would not give up on Luna no matter what she became. Perhaps that was the ending the agent was trying to prevent. To increase the chances of successful rescue, Alpha told Roland everything she wanted to say. Did those words get past to Luna? How is Luna doing now? What will she choose? The white-haired ascendant walks alone in the wilderness. She has not wagered all her hopes on others. Suddenly, she looks up at the dawning night sky as if hearing something. A shooting star flies across the sky, torching the vial of darkness and slowly descending onto the surface. Luna. Between the earth and sky lies a distance of 6,400 kilometers. The tail of the meteor has faded from the horizon. Even though they no longer have the same blood flowing inside of them, an inseparable bond still connects them tightly. Alpha briefly pauses before sprinting toward her destination. Now I wonder if that's what the camera footage was. Oh. Okay. Oh, they're meeting back at... Wow, they're meeting back at their old home. The sun has just cast its first ray of light when Alpha arrives. The neglected linden has grown past the dipple-plated house at this point. Sunlight shines through the gaps between the branches, the spots of light enveloping the silver girl. She is looking at the rotten fence in front of her. She was barely tall enough to reach the halfway point when she left. Now she can find any trails. She cannot find any trails of the past anymore. Noticing someone's approaching, the girl turns around to find what she cannot live without. The girl wants to just watch her standing like this, but she also wants to give her a hug. She wants to tell her everything, but she also cherishes the quiet time they share. Still, there is one thing she must do first. I'm back, Lucia. You're back. Alpha approaches his Luna on the stone path like she did so many years ago. This was not a garden without overgrown weeds back then. Huh? Well, I'll be damned. That was quick. That was quick. Okay, I gotta get me another water, so I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Oof. All right. Let us continue on. Well, I got about an hour left, but we are making some. I would say we're making some okay headway. Let's see how far we are. Oh no, we're only at 10%. I thought we'd make a good headway. Here we go. New possibilities. uh, there we go. Okay. It is already nighttime when Luna and Alpha finish sharing their journeys. Hetero creatures, the twins. So this is how far the punishing virus has evolved. Gabriel's ambitions inevitably killed him in the end. Luna sounds calm when she mentions Gabriel's name again. Can the creations born from pure punishing virus reach the same end? What end? Luna does not explain, she just looks at Alpha with an apologetic gaze. It's something I only understand after becoming an agent, isn't it? I figured. Oh, wait, so she's not an... I knew she was a descendant. She's not an agent? Oh, she's not... So she's not like what? What is she? Not part of the new generation of the Ascendants, I'm guessing, then? Which is why she's kind of still in base form. Alpha continues, not persisting. In that case, why is Von Gut getting interested in those hetero creatures? And the merciful one I encountered in the underground tunnels where they were developing the hetero hive mother said that she was here for the glad tidings. Even though they can't reach the end, it can be used as a test for the filtering. I suppose Von Gut is trying to encourage more worthy seeds to sprout this way. As for the merciful one, Luna looks serious and puzzled. I used to think that she was just an eccentric agent. But after I reconnected with the Ascension Network, I realized that she might be more than meets the eyes. I cannot tell if she's really an agent even now, so I have no idea what she thinks of those hetero creatures. Still, Von Gut worries me more out of the two of them. Even though his people are ones on the field most of the time, they are always acting under his authorization. The recent desertion of the Babylonia was likely his doing. You were investigating it? A defecting construct ran into my blade and thought I was the Ascendant who recruited him. After I made him tell me everything, I caught a few more defectors and interrogated them. They all said similar things that pointed toward Von Gut and his lackeys. You didn't used to care about things like this. Which is true. You did not. I don't care about Babylonia, but that man is linked to the humans. He was the one who gave out information about you. Which is also true. Even people who were there in City 75 didn't know Babylonia had you. He, on the other hand, knew your exact location. That wasn't information that nobody could find out. He couldn't have just known by planting spies and informers. He must have collaborated with some of those people. In a way, he was culpable for their decisions. Not to mention that he was thinking about abandoning you on the moon. That alone makes him my enemy. Humans are never unfiled people. Even the same person can make different choices in different situations. I'm not surprised that some of them would want to work with an agent. What we have to worry about is what humans have promised that agent, or what made them so confident they can have something even an agent could be interested in. Should we investigate? Luna pauses and ponders before shaking her head. This is something that concerns Babylonia, not us. Although his manipulations seem to have failed so far, it doesn't seem to bother him. He is obsessed, but he isn't mad. It makes him a dangerous opponent. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever he does, he can't upset the Ascension Network. He won't give up a position as an agent either. I don't worry about the Ascension Network. I worry about you, Luna. Even though you aren't obsessed with the filtering as you used to be, you're more entangled with the Ascension Network than ever. Thank you, sis. Yes, sir, ski. I'm aware of my situation, but moving forward is the only way to the future. There's nothing but regret if we turn back now. That's fucking fox, mate. Alpha pouts, letting go of the top. She fucking pouts? What? Forget it then. What should we do next? Should we look for more seeds that can pass the filtering like before? No, we can stop doing that for now. Luna stops hovering and sits down at the edge of the stone fountain. Gazing at the garden aimlessly, she considers their next step. Do you want to go in and take a look if you can't think of anything right now? Alpha looks at the battered garden, dust settles on the shattered window, the white paint on the wall has peeled off, revealing the yellow and rotten wood structure underneath. Even though there's nothing left. Sure, let's go take a look before we decide our next move. They walk toward the door and notice some strange symbols painted in red. The color has faded, but the shapes are still recognizable. What's that? Luna suddenly chuckles as if realizing something. Hearing that, Alpha turns around, confused. What is it? Nothing. I guess it's some kind of puzzle. Luna shakes her head and stops laughing, but there's still a smile on her face. Sis? What? Do you miss the days with Roland and Lamia? Why do you ask? I can accompany you if you want to look for them. That's not necessary. If they want to find me, they will. Luna gently pushes over the door. The rotten wood and rusted metal creak with dust, slowly falls. But I suppose they both have something they want to do before that. Look at what this place has become. Moonlight enters the house for the first time in years. Oh boy. Oh, where are we at now? A hetero creature is crawling on the floor, its front claws strong enough to tear apart metal plates, curls near its chest like a mole. Although the mole is at least half a meter tall, even when it's curled up, the threatening beast is cowering under the pale girl's gaze. There's nothing unusual here. Alpha walks from one side of the building and finds Luna staring at the hetero creature before her. Is something wrong with it? Luna retracts her gaze from the hetero creature and turns to Alpha. It's afraid, sis. Alpha watches the spikes surrounding the hetero creature silently. The reflection of the light from the barbs of the spikes scream danger. Yeah, understandably. Luna waves her hand and the spikes formed by the punishing virus dissipate into the crimson particles. The curling hetero creature quickly runs off as if being spared. Looking at where the hetero creature went, Luna contemplates. Since when have you been interested in hetero creatures? I'm just surprised you can feel fear. Let me explain. Sensing a hint of surprise from Alpha, Luna elaborates. These hetero creatures might be structurally different from the corrupted, but their behavioral patterns are identical, both driven by their primal instincts. That way, they identify enemies as pretty straightforward. They're programmed with a target, or they determine if it's sensing if the punishing virus is present. You're saying that they wouldn't attack an Ascendant unless someone controlling them? And they shouldn't be afraid of us. Fear indicates resistance, and resistance will lead to rebellion. Is it scared of you? Or an agent? I don't know. It could even be something else. Where did you find it? I was just crawling around here, but immediately tried to run. I'm crawling around here. My fault. It was just crawling around here, but it immediately tried to run away after sensing my presence. Hetero creatures are not animals. They don't have natural predators, and I have the punishing virus with me, which made its behavior extremely strange. So I trapped it. Did you discover anything? Luna shakes her head, but it does not seem to be a great loss for her. I'm not sure why, but it could be it was programmed when it was born, or it could be an accident. You've shown a newfound interest in corrupted and hetero creatures on your way here. I suppose I'm hoping to find new possibility from the way they evolve and change. Luna looks up. A few white clouds adorn the blue sky. A satellite that has accompanied this planet for millennia nowhere to be found yet. Nothing remains constant, be it ascendants, humans, or machines. Now even the hetero creatures exhibit unexpected changes. So this is the standard of the filtering. The Ascension Network is looking for new possibilities. New possibilities, is it? If it's something you want to do, do it. Of course. And you? Is there something you want to do, Lucia? Me? Perhaps there will be. Right now, staying with you is not losing you again is good enough for me. They still believe they have plenty of time to discover their past to the future. Oh my gosh, finally we are talking. We're finally bottling. Here we go. The storm carries the sand into the air. The red oblique connects to the earth and sky, forming a suffocating cage and obscuring any sense of direction. Coarse stones smash her artificial skin, making loud, clanging noises. Compared to the cuts, however, the shakes beneath her feet are none, or more inconcerning. Everywhere she looks is chaos. Hearing nothing but the howl of the wind, she finds everything surrounding her crumbling down amid the quake. Where is she? What is happening? Is this real? She tries her best to remember. Grabbing hold of the fleeting memory, she pierces at the fragments back together. And I remember, we were searching for something. Alpha trudges through the storm with her mind, and images flash by a revolving lantern. Going against the current, she starts searching for where it all started. Oh. Is that really you, Lucia? The memory again. Standing on an icy field, Alpha stares at a dead friend. Lucia? Do you want to return to Babylonia with us? Although she knows they are not real, she cannot help but reach out for them. The electromagic barrier suddenly rises and blocks her view. This is the memory she hates the most. Shattering the barrier, she no longer finds her old friends there, and as they are replaced by Grey Raven. Ah, I see now. Let's go back. Commandant is still waiting for us. I am back. Lucia. She looks at the tags in her hand, and the wings and shield on the symbol are so plain to see despite how worn the tags are. The three figures ahead further away, and Alpha turns around, ready to go. Clutching the tags in her hand, she notices something strange. She unfolds her fist and finds the tags embedded into her palm like an imprint. Lucia? Alpha has no idea when the ice field disappeared. A warm ocean breeze blows past her, gently rocking the tags on her neck. I'm okay. Just some unpleasant memories. Did you find what you were looking for? Luna shakes her head, standing before the aquarium. What I am finding is not here. Damn, they are really traveling. They're making their way around the world. After their brief reunion in their old home, Luna began searching for something as if having received some kind of guidance. They have since traveled through the city ruins, salvaged jungles, and freezing snowfields. Yet their search has not been fruitful. I know I asked you before, but are you still unsure about what it looks like? I have no idea, but I'll know what it is when I'm looking for when I see it. That will be something that will be something that can affect the Ascension Network greatly. Hearing Luna mention the Ascension Network, Alpha begins to wonder if the increasingly frequent channel noises are connected to what Luna is seeking. Let's move on if it's not here. You seem agitated. Is it the channel noise? It's fine. I'm used to ignoring it. The channel noise has been getting a lot louder since then. We've been looking until that tower suddenly appeared. Alpha pierces the red cube with her katana, and the reddish-black liquid leaks from the pillar. Red. That tower was red. As the liquid drips, her forgotten memories return like a flood. Womp, womp, womp. The collapsed building become intersecting slopes of rubbles and rebars, blocking the path ahead. The shelters that were once invincible crumble before like natural disaster, fracturing into broken glass and fragments that hinder the survivors. Holy shit! What? Sound effect? The dark red spot suddenly appears on the wall and wreckage. Expanding, it becomes a beam of light, melting into the stone and steel before clearing a path. The air feels synced. The girl in the white puts down her hand, red bolts of lightning still crackling between her fingers. The obstacles have been removed. Let's continue, Lucia. Alpha looks at the red spire they are heading toward. Although she clearly senses the highly concentrated punishing virus within, all she can feel is dread and a fleeting sense of loathing. Is the tower of the reason for the frequent earthquakes in the last few days? The quakes were just the aftershocks of its emergence. Alpha crouches and closes her eyes, carefully discerning the situation on the ground. There is a strange punishing virus activity on the ground as well. But it's not just the red tide. They are all heading toward the tower. What does that tower do? It appearance signifies that either the punishing virus or the humans are ready to be tested. The side that passes will get the chance to change the rules of the game. Oh boy. Sounds like a fairy tale cliche. Luna smiles and nods in agreement. That was probably what the person who made the tower thought. But her smile quickly disappears, replaced by a solemn expression and a faint anticipation in her eyes. But that tower generally has the power to turn fantasies into reality. If we can make use of it, I wish could. Suddenly, Luna's gaze snaps back toward the red tower, and she looks shocked. Someone has begun their ascent. Humans have a head start. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is... Oh, I see now. So when Lee went into the tower, they were there. And when Atlantis awoken and we left, they were there. This makes a lot more sense now. Let's keep going. Isn't that what you've been looking for? If you want to reach the top, I would drag that person down no matter how far ahead they are. God damn! Luna closes her eyes. For a brief second, Alpha finds Luna incredibly far away. Instinctively, she's taken a step toward Luna. You were using the Ascension Network, Luna. Or were you using the Ascension Network? We might not need to enter the tower, Lucia, but there's still something I want to witness myself. The tower can't make our wish come true, but it's important to be a part of the process. What, they do have a play in this? Did they have a part? I wish. An unshakable idea lingers in Alpha's head. What is our wish? What happened afterward? It seems that humans have won this trial. The endless tower breaches the clouds, its peaking merging with the blue sky. Red particles converge in countless streams, being absorbed by the whirlpool at the top. The light of the tower flickers as if it is breathing, decimating the red particles in an instant. Human technology couldn't have achieved this. Is the conversion done by the tower? Luna nods, quietly watching the streams being sucked into the sky, getting visibly thinner every second. The bright redness that was conspicuous is now barely perceptible. We should go for now. There will soon be no punishing virus in this area. Although ascendants won't die like the hetero creatures, our ability will still be affected by the vicinity of that tower. Will that tower convert the entire existence of the punishing virus on this planet eventually? And how will the ascendants like them fare? It is a path of trial and a symbol of evolution, but it isn't an all-powerful antidote. Neither humankind, punishing virus, nor the Ascension Network has reached a decisive endpoint. So we've got 3 different fucking shits going on. We're dealing with the punishing virus, we're also dealing with the Ascension Network, and on top of that, we're dealing with Kurano, which is fucking wild. This ain't just about the punishing virus no more, ladies and gentlemen. This is damn near everybody going against each other. But a new beginning has begun. The Ascension Network will also... Her vision begins to blur. Luna is speaking, but Alpha does not hear any sound except for the raging wind by her ears. What would the Ascension Network do? A storm in the space that gets predictably fiercer, cubic red pillars spring up like mushrooms, supporting the wavering mind space and fighting all over the limited crevices. With each step, Alpha feels the toll it extracts from her. She moves her gaze downward, only to find the mire engulfing her waist. The more she fights, the more it pulls her deeper into its grasp. Alpha is now neck deep in the dark red pond, lost in turmoil. With her mind, she does not realize that she is being pulled into another maelstrom. I remember. The harder she tries to remember, the faster she gets sucked in. It has something to do with the filtering. There are only ripples on the surface of the pond. Alpha is only lost in the depths of her mind, nowhere to be found. Okay, now we're finally fighting. Holy shit. Whoa, damn. Holy shit. Chippy, drippy, chippy. Well, damn. This got saucy for no reason. Huh. Oh, we're her now. That's interesting. Bop, 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 bop. Dude, the sound effects on those is fucking crisp. Oh. She's game. Dude, I like Alpha. Alpha, she's like, hey, you want to dance? Let's dance. Alright, we're moving forward. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, damn. I wonder what this next one's gonna be then. Very interesting.
The flames of the abyss will end it all.
Bop. Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's damn, you got a little saucy there. What the? What kind of innovation was that? I mean, okay. What the fuck was that innovation, dude? That was. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of ass. It was kind of ass. But I could get the intention they were doing with it. Fire and smoke cover the sky. Silence and death fill the air. The shouting never stops. She clenches her weapon, as if the only way to interact with this world. She repeats the same action she has performed thousands of times, responding with the instinct she has forged with thousands of battles. Unsheath, swing, and cuts down the head of anyone in her way. Unsheath, swings, and breaks the enemy's weapon. Unsheath, swings, unsheath, swings, unsheath, swings. The path behind her is paved with piles of dead bodies. The world has seemingly lost all color but one. The filtering is a simple exercise of survival of the fittest. The end is near. There is no end. This is an endless cycle. Someone even seems to have said that before. She looks up again, and the finish line is at her fingertips, but how many times has she seen that before? How long will this filtering last, until there is only one person left? As she questions that, her perfect stance reveals an opening, and an unrecognizable shadowy figure dashes toward Alpha. No! She cuts the shadow in half as she did many before. Still, it only makes her more anxious. What does a filtering like this leave behind? The tireless marcher gradually slows down and thinks. Dude, the music go fucking crazy. What the hell? More and more monsters hidden or in the shadow appear around her, and they all look hideous, as if been abandoning by the world. Alpha's blade moves slower and slower, but her mind and senses have been sharper. Like a kite wavering in the storm, she remains tied to the earth by a resilient line, despite how far she has flown. This must stop here. Alpha doesn't know how continuing will take her to the actual finish line, but she is certain that this is not the path she wishes to take. As the thought appears in her mind, she feels like the kite line behind her pulling her back. Alpha drives back the monsters that are trying to drag her back into the bloody path while trying to protect the fragile twine behind her. The fate of that tower is sealed. I think the Ascension Network will also change accordingly. That change is what we want to take advantage of. Oh. Why is the Ascension Network changed? How can Luna and her make use of it? More and more questions arise, but Alpha cannot still find the answer. A key part of the truth seems to have been intentionally removed. The line behind her pulls her further and further away from the monsters. The scent of death slowly fades. Behind her is a smell of pasture. Alpha feels like she is pulled through a vial before landing on the field of soft grass. Oh, well, this is new. Okay. You're finally awake, Lucia. Huh? Oh, okay. Okay, we'll do this one because this is going to take us right to the end. Alright, new filtering. Chirping insects hide among the grass. Spherical bubbles reflect colorful lights. The rotten wall is painted white. The neglected lawn has been moved into a tidy green carpet. Oh, it's the plushie that she likes. The most eye-catching feature is the two-seater swing. Froggy sits on it, looking out of the place among the surrounding flowers. Looking at the familiar yet strange view before her, Alpha is still a little shaken, and the memories she bears deep inside her mind are stirring up. Do you think this is better? She hears Luna's voice beside her. Luna looking warmer now, she no longer as cold as the moon she was named after. I suppose. I wasn't expecting the place to look like this. It's bringing back memories for sure. Alpha takes another look at the large swing before her. There are some differences though. Still, I remember you were asking for a swing when you were young, but you gave up on it after you found another toy that you wanted more. Alpha looks reminiscent. She gently touches the swing and starts swaying, and as it starts swaying and squeaking. Huh. So that's what it sounds like. I suppose, after all, this is just a simulation. Alpha stops to swing before her, and so it does not disturb the conversation. I'll be direct as well then. Are you Luna? The brief warmth from before has completely vanished. There is only caution in Alpha's eyes. Of course it's me, Lucia. Alpha does not respond. Her question certainly does not come out of nowhere, and the girl who claims to be Luna would have continued explaining if she was telling the truth, because that is the bond between Luna and her. But some things are different as well. Luna closes her eyes after considering where to begin. Shall we sit down and talk, Lucia? This is going to take a while. Oh boy. Luna sits down on the swing afterward. Alpha does not hesitate either, sitting next to her. The swing starts moving without anyone pushing it, accompanying Luna's unhurried words. Let's start with what you care about the most, Lucia. I'm Luna, the Luna that you know. Luna, your sister. Luna, the agent. Luna, who's undergoing a new filtering. A new filtering? You must remember how the spiral tower turned blue, right? You said the Ascension Network would change because of that. There is someone among the humans who has passed the trial of the spiral tower and earned qualification, which was Lee, I'm guessing. The Ascension Network, being the other side, has not evolved to that level yet. Seeking its own evolution, the Ascension Network has begun a new round of filtering on the agents and the Ascendants, possibly trying to find someone who is equally qualified. A new round of filtering? Alpha cannot help but recall the mind space of the blood and flame before her. If that was the filtering for her, what would she have become? That's right. That was the new round of filtering for you. Seemingly noticing Alpha's thoughts, Luna answers what Alpha has not asked aloud. The Ascension Network needs more powerful representatives, and it needs better agents that can carry out its will. But you've been resisting it, Lucia, which is why your filtering was so destructive and forceful. Luckily, you woke up early, otherwise I wouldn't be able to find your mind that easily. Okay, so this is... I'm guessing what that image then before was her in the filtering, but then she kind of like blacked the fuck out. What about you? I obtained some new access during my filtering, which revealed some things I didn't know. Our understanding is our prison. The extent of our knowledge is where all the walls are built. Ooh, my fault. The more we know, the larger this prison becomes. Acquiring more access also means a deeper connection to the Ascension Network, until one becomes an irresistible part of it. Luna's voice gets more ethereal as the swing moves back and forth. Luna! Alpha's lost memories finally resurface. She remembers seeing the girl lying motionlessly within the red crystals like a suspended puppet in a sheep on the altar. That is the price of the Ascension Network. The more one uses its power, the more one changes in the direction it chooses. There is no response, no matter how Alpha calls her sister. The chains creak chillingly, and the swing stops. Luna's voice becomes more normal again as she has been disconnected from something. Don't worry, Lucia. I'm not there yet. But gaining new access means new duties. This is the only way I can see you for the moment. I've chosen to stay here and I can only stay here. Perhaps I'm too closely connected to the Ascension Network as you said. Why must it be this way? Because this is the only way to find a new possibility. The Ascension Network might be actively seeking it, but it doesn't have the ability to change. It's like a giant wall that loops around the imprisons of all the Ascendants inside. Okay, so this is a whole lot of fucking lore drop that I'm witnessing here. So basically, I guess the Ascension Network is right now undergoing a new filtering, meaning it's trying to get another wave of Ascendants. Luna's apparently going through it. Alpha is apparently going through it, but she's resisting it, which is why they're in this little illusion shit. I'm guessing. That's just me. That's what I'm thinking. It's like a giant... Oh, wait, what is that one? My tie with the Ascension Network is so deep that it's not possible for me to climb over those walls. But it's different for you, Lucia. You've been wavering near its edges, which makes you the best candidate. Yeah, okay, so she's getting ready, which is... Okay. Why the obsession with a new possibility? Because the filtering from the Ascension Network is an endless loop. This filtering will only lead to power and loneliness. But it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think, Lucia? Right then, the chirping from the insect slowly quiets down, and the bubble lights dim. It seems that this is the limit. Although I can use my access to lower the negative impact of the Ascension Network on you, this will be the last time. What will you do next? The Ascension Network has restricted your freedom in its own way, and now it's trying to do the same to me. No matter what we do, we won't be able to get what we're after. Our time with it needs to come to an end. In that case, you will find something that can help you in this research center. A set of coordinates suddenly appear in Alpha's mind. What is this place? Fort Winter. It is the secret research center we've been searching for since the North Pole. Okay. How did you find out about it? It was where they kept me before transferring me to the moon, after all. Oh. The Ascension Network connected with two reef signals were previously... Those were the new specialized frames the humans were designing. Now, hold on. Is that Kurno? Is that Kurno doing that? Or is that Babylonia doing that? During the time when the Hetero Towers was emitting electromagnetic radiation, the Ascension Network briefly captured a third signal in that research institute again. I'm certain that there is a device for you to connect to the Ascension Network without me there. To us, that is the door. A door leading to the Ascension Network directly. Given your unique position, entering it in that state might find us a way to actually leave the Ascension Network. Okay, so now they're trying to leave the Ascension Network. What the fuck is going on? This is so much lore shit. Alpha can feel her mind floating away. Yeah, my mind is floating away. Then it becomes smaller and smaller in the nostalgic scene. Lucia, you're on your own now. With her mind back in the body, Alpha awakes from her brief sleep. She turns to look at the girl sleeping tightly inside the crystals and sheaves her chipping katana. Before she was sucked into the turmoils with her mind, Alpha tried to rescue Luna from the crystals by force. But the frail appearance of the crystal hides an impenetrable barrier that serves both as a cage and a shield. A cage like this won't appear again. Alpha places her hand gently on the crystals and makes a silent vow. Okay. That is interesting. Okay. That is a fucking huge lore dump right there. Absolutely fucking insane. Crazy lore dump. As much as I would like to keep going, we're gonna save that for Thursday. I'm gonna save that for Thursday when I actually have fucking more time to stream and not gonna fucking be late on the stream. But that's interesting. That is so interesting. So the fact that they want to leave the Ascension Network, it's technically trapped Luna, even though it's going through a filtering for her. Alpha's resisting the fucking filtering. So then Luna's like, well, if you're gonna resist it, you might as well go to the source of it and fucking get out yourself. Or get them out. So now she's got to go to the institute where they kept Luna, which I'm assuming is where Kurno is the one that is, it's Kurno's base. Not, I want to say it's Babylonia. I would say it's Kurno's base where they're working on their project. And I have a feeling we might be a part of it, but I'm not sure how the fuck we're going to be a part of it. The last thing we know is that we saw a picture of her running past us, which I'm assuming is going to be us trying to tail her down. Well, that's really interesting. Very interesting on how this is going to go. I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. I think we're only like now 20. We just hit the 20% mark. Yeah, we're 25%. So we're not even like, we still got a long way to go, which is fine though. But oh yeah, that's really interesting. This is going to be really cool to see how everything's going to go apart. And seeing oh god, what the hell is her name? The new fucking dark amplifier that just came out. Seeing her right off the bat, insane, bro, insane. But that's all from what I've just deduced from like those fucking 6 episodes, which is fucking wild. So, all right, I don't want to keep you guys here any longer than needed. Again, that is my fault that I woke up late. That won't happen. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. Like I said, I just gotta, I got no excuses on that. You know, I just gotta wake up. I gotta go to bed earlier. I gotta wake up on my time when I need to wake up. So that's on me. That's on me, and I'm gonna fix that. Because I don't want. I'm very hard on myself. Very hard on myself. So when that happened, I'm fucking cursing. I'm cursing when I woke up and I'm like, son of a bitch. I was pissed. So I'm just glad though. I'm glad that I woke up though. I'm glad I streamed. You know, like I said, we weeble, we wobble, but we don't fall. We don't fall. And if we do fall, we get right back up. Get right back on that saddle. We keep on moving. So, anywho, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'm very grateful to be doing this. So grateful. I have a lot of people supporting me. You know, outside of seeing you guys. Like I know all you are supporting me, and I fucking thank you all for that. And I've got my family supporting me. I've got very close friends supporting me on this. And you know, a lot of people are wishing me the best on this, and I'm not gonna let them down. Not gonna let them down like that. Because I see myself, chat. I see myself going to like these big events for streamers and seeing you guys in person, bringing my close friends to those events. I see the vision. I have it written down too. I wrote it down like I think months ago. I see it, chat. I see the vision. And it's all gonna be in God's timing. When he deems it worthy for me to be able to do that, that'll be such a surreal moment. I can't wait for that to happen. But I'm also not gonna rush it either. Like I said, this is all in due time. No rush. I'm in no rush at all. I will wait as long as I need to. Because I see myself doing this. I see the vision. I'm chasing it. Blind faith and just continuing to walk. So, anywho, that's how serious I am about this, and that's how serious I am going to. That's how seriously, like, you all should know. Like, I'm taking this so seriously to the point where I will make something out of this. So, anywho, Thursday, 6 a.m. All right, 6 a.m. Set your timers, ladies and gentlemen. I will be there. I ain't gonna let that happen. I ain't gonna slip again like that. So, I'm out. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good morning, have a good afternoon, good evening. You all be safe, enjoy the day, and I will see you bright and early Thursday morning. I'm out. Peace.